Good evening, everyone. Today we're gonna talk about random security stuff. So it's been a really long day. I'm really tired, and I kind of thought I would record a video today about some random security stuff. So I logged on to the Portswigger web security labs. My current page has all labs displaying. And I just scrolled down a bit and I ended up at the OS command injection area. So I figured, why not do a sample case of operating command injection, a simple case. So let's open that and we will access the lab. And it seems I need to log in. So I'm just gonna pause the video and log in. Alright, so I kinda had to reset my password totally. I have no idea what it was, I must be honest, so I forgot it. I guess it was one of those browser generated passwords that I didn't save in the password manager in this virtual machine. So let's do the simple operating system injection on this lab and basically just have a look at what this can do for us. So whenever you have some sort of input flying dogs. Alright, so whenever you have some sort of input, there's a slight chance that that input can be misused, and by saying misused I mean you can do some sort of injection. So let's just press some links and see. Yeah, so out of the bat I do see this product ID with number 2. I know this isn't operating system commands, it's probably a screen injection. I'm trying to figure out right now. I will check the stock in London. 32 units, 52 units. So it would seem that this is probably where we're gonna have something. So let's right click and zoom in a bit and see what's going on here. So with this it seems like that we have values 1, 2, 3 for the drop down box, and it doesn't seem we have much more than that. Let's go ahead and start up Burp Proxy. I know they want me to use it. It's probably why they have that product in this lab for free. So this is Community Edition, nothing fancy. Start Burp. I'm gonna go ahead and as you might notice, I have another window just right here. I apologize, my video totally just crashed, recording something. So what I was about to say in this break of the video is that I changed to Burp using Foxy Proxy. So let's go ahead and look at Burp here, and intercept is on. Let's go ahead and check the stock. This is the store ID and the product ID. I'm sending that, it would seem, so I'm gonna send this to repeater and basically just drop the request. So if I go to the repeater, and this is just the basic usage of the tool, and send the request, you'll see that we get some sort of constant length back of 55. And if I do type, let's say 20 in the store ID, I do get some other number back. That's very interesting. If I type 21 there, so what if I just do ls or ls, something like that. So this probably is not, well, it could be that we could type like 1 and then pipe in ls. I have no idea. We're just basically trying stuff. Congratulations, you solved the lab. Peter, oh yeah. So So this was just a simple piping, sometimes the obvious is the right answer. So we solved the lab, and basically we can do LS. Anyways, so let's go back to back to lab description, and then let's go back to the OS command injection, web security, all labs. Alrighty then. The next room is, I'm gonna go ahead and showcase authentication issues. Now, I think I've talked about this in the try-hack room at some point, that if you're creating some error messages for, when you're gonna log in or stuff like that, always just have one basic error message. It doesn't say anything really, just basically didn't log in. Like, okay. If you begin to say stuff like the username existed but the password was wrong, you can enumerate your way through and find out which password do exist in the database or which username do exist in the database. Then it's basically just a matter of pairing the two. So anyways, let's take this candidate username. What is that? Oh yeah. So they do give us a word list here and another word list for passwords. It's pretty basic. So I'm gonna press access the lab. I'm pretty sure we're gonna use intruder for this part here to enumerate further. Let's go to the my account. This is the username and the password. So we're gonna go ahead and enter burp suite. I'm gonna remove this request here, go to proxy, intercept on, username test, password 123, catcher, send it to intruder, take it away, and then we're gonna go to positions. You see that the small funny squiggly signs around the variables here, also up of this session, because that is where burp proxy thinks that we want variables. So just gonna start ahead and press the clear button to remove, I did say clear, thank you, to remove all the variables. Now we're gonna say this is a variable, so we're gonna add, and let's assume for now that we just stick to the same password. Before we do that, let's go back to the login form. So it says invalid username. If I do like admin 123, it says invalid username still. So what if I do test 1 2 3 4 5 6? It still says invalid username. In the lab candidate usernames, they do have something like Carlos. So let's try Carlos 1 2 3, and it still says invalid username. So basically what we're gonna do here is take all these usernames and go back to burp proxy. And what we're gonna do now is go to payload and basically paste all there's a button for pasting if you copy it. So now it's gonna test for all these simple usernames, and it's only gonna replace what's in between the two weird signs that looks like dollar signs, and that is the only place. So basically we can go ahead and just start the attack. If you do that, what we will look for now is a different response of something. All the responses is a length of 2984, which is probably the response that says let's just see, it says not solved, but it does also say, let's say, invalid username. So it's the same length. So if I sort this up and down, at some point we should see a different size, I guess. It would be feasible. That is the first thing. since all of them is returning the same status code, it is my best guess. Then of course that would not be what we were looking for. So while this is running, and I must admit Burp is pretty slow doing this, we can see that it's 43, 44. I could even write a Python script doing this faster. That's the thing. So we still have length 2984, and we're basically just waiting for something to happen. If that is the thing that's gonna happen, then in the list of users, maybe one of the ones in the button, like asterisk or something, would be the correct. I don't know. Let's see. It still seems that there is no change at all. Yeah. And it's going pretty slow, and it's just the way it is. So while this is running, we could probably just go ahead and take a sneak peek at the solution, because this is gonna take forever. What they also talk about is to do exactly the same thing that I did, was clear everything and mark the username on the payload symbol list, do this and that, and in the end we're gonna get, like, let's see, when the tag is finished, look at the status column, notice that each request received response to 200 except the one that got a 302. So let's go ahead and look, what is 302 meaning? So I'm gonna say HTTP status code, and then basically go ahead and look it up, because this is what we're gonna do. And the 302 means found, previously moved temporarily, and it is a somewhat successful message. So if this is what we're looking for, the 302 status code, then we have to wait for it, and it just takes forever in Burp. This is one of the reasons that I never use Burp for these kind of things. It just takes forever, and that is probably because I'm using the community edition. I'm not really sure. Could have done this faster. Probably could. So it's ticking up, taking its time. I'm guessing Austin might be a name. I'm just gonna guess. No. Atlanta could also be a username. No. Asterix, was that a username? It was Asterix. Of course. So now that we know the username, we're just gonna see it. It should be pretty soon, by the way, because we have Asterix is going to be, yeah, it should be done now. No? Interesting. Oh, there we go. We have a 2986 response. So it wasn't the status code, it was the 2986. Let's go ahead and maximize the window and go ahead with the response, and it does return a 200. So yeah, even the guide lied to us. So we now have the username of Asterix. What we could do now is basically go back and say, since we know that, discard. We go back and clear again and mark the password area. And now that we know the real username is Asterix, we can basically just, and we shouldn't do this, because then, well, we could just put Asterix in as the raw username, and then use the password 123, which is going to be replaced by, let's take the lists of passwords, and should we just be funny and take the button list now, because I suspect they're gonna troll us this way. So let's go ahead and just paste it in and start the payload. And let's see if I'm right. Probably is not. This is very typical. Very typical. Yeah. So nope, not those. Discard, clear. Go back to the web page, and now we're gonna take the other to Mackie. This is another way of just, you know, testing pretty fast. It's not really sure what we're looking for. You know, we're just testing right now. It could be another length. It should be another length because we're logging in, and oh really? Still nothing. Discard, remove, clear, sorry. Go back, take this list here. Oh, I saw the password sunshine. It must be that. It's what they usually pick. Nope. So we're just looking for something that's different, because when you create a website and when you log in, it's very atypical that the same amount of bytes is being transferred from the login page as the same as, you know, to the page that shows you are logged in. Usually it's more bytes, so, but you know, sometimes it is different. Let's just take all of it now, and it's probably one of the top. It's so typical. So let's see if we get it this time. While we wait for that, let's go ahead and read the solution. Then we can, and that is, by the way, okay. If you're testing and you know you're doing the right thing, it doesn't matter that you read the solution, because that will only strengthen your understanding of what is going on. So, community solution. I see. Yeah. Alright, so that doesn't really tell. They just basically say that maybe the 302 is for when you log in. Yeah, we didn't log in before, we just had another. Yeah, I'm just tired. That's just the way it is. So, it is not done yet. It is 41. Is it really gonna be the last one? I'm so unlucky. Even if we tried to copy paste the bottom one, I took like that, I took that, and then the rest, and then it's the last one. Even that's so trolling. So the password is Tigger. So now I can go and type in like asterisk and Tigger and login, and congratulations, you solved the lab. Let's go back to the lab description. Let's go back to web security, and let's say all lab again. Let's do one more room for today. Let's go to the bottom of this enormously large list. Remote code execution via web shell upload. Interesting, let's do that. So, Wiener Peter. Let's go ahead and do that. Log in with this very beautiful, so it's a block. Alright, my account, Wiener Peter, and we can upload something. So please type in my email, test@testdk, update email, and let's go ahead and upload a file. Do I even have a picture on this machine? Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and search for the word picture in Google and take the best and the first one. So let's go ahead and see. Let's do icon. That is probably not. This is a very beautiful picture. Right click and say copy image location. Take that, save it, and beautiful. Let's do the picture and downloads. And I guess that's gonna be not the Python script. Is it this one? It is. And if I upload that, it basically says that it's the file avatar slash, what's it named that? Back to my account, and now I can see it, so I can copy image location and see that it's gonna be located right here. And I cannot list this. Let's then go ahead and try and upload a text file. It's now uploaded, so I guess what we should try now. It says remote code execution via web shell. Are they giving us a web shell? Yeah, they want me just to type it out. Let me just go ahead and type PHP web shell. I don't want to type anything. Basically just gonna copy paste what I need. This is it. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna open a terminal if I can click. And I'm gonna touch web shell.php. Gonna nano into web shell. Gonna paste this. Save it. Close that. Close that. Add that. And I'm gonna take this. Go to Kali. Web shell. There it is. Open. Upload. Go back to my account and copy image location, and there we have it. It's a web shell, ls, and I don't know if that is what they want me to do. But we do have web shell. Oh yeah, let's see what they want me to do. Basically, so they kind of wanted to take a step back, it would seem. Oh yeah, I should really read the text. To solve the app, upload the basic PHP file, extract this Carlos, whatever. You know, I don't know if I could I just do this? No. Okay then, let's go ahead and do it. So, nano, web shell, delete all of it, type PHP. Echo file get contents, and let's do that and save it. Was that correct? Yeah, totally was. So let's go ahead and browse for this web shell, open, upload, go back, right click, location, web shell. I got this. Whatever it is, a flag of some sort. Submit solution. Oh yeah, that's the way it is. So yeah, it's a way of proving that you know I found what I needed. So yeah, you know it's very easy. It's fun. You know, I like they're doing things like this so we can see. So people can see what's wrong with the way they code their application. Let's do one more just for the fun of it. let's do this one. Information disclosure in error messages. Let's access the lab, and let me just read the text this time. This lab verbose error message reveal that it is using a vulnerability version of a third-party framework. To solve the lab, obtain and submit the version number of this framework. Okay, so we have a very ugly website. We can click a product, press home, and it would seem that they have some sort of that is the version of what? Yep. So basically, you know, what I saw is I really didn't see anything other than this get HTTP variable, and I just put a single quotation, and you know, it triggered the server and saying that this is written by Java, and I'm sorry, but it is. And then we have the Apache struts, whatever that is for now. So that's it.